welcome, welcome. I am Fred Rui, your host today. I am trying to do everything today, so they've got me cooking, and I'm trying to do the computer. So bear with me for a second as I try to figure out where everything is, because I have no clue whatsoever. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Happy Memorial Day weekend. If you can say, I think that's appropriate, and certainly we'll talk about that a little bit as we go on here. I am outside. It's been horrible weather today, so I am actually in the garage, but grilling out here, or smoking, I should say. So we're looking forward to it. I'm not going to waste any time taking up your time. I want to bring in the other guys right away because, quite frankly, this is a lot of work just sitting here and doing everything at the same time. So I'm just going to sit back and let them talk right now. So please welcome to the center stage, Brian McGee and Jonathan Carney. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, welcome. I think I got some of your crappy weather as well, so I'm doing this inside while it's downpour outside.
Well, everyone, happy Memorial Day. Thank you on behalf of my family. Thank you to all of those that gave the ultimate sacrifice in battle and our past veterans who have passed away. Thank you very much. That's what this holiday is about. Obviously, I'm very blatantly American with my red, white, and blue stuff. So I'm very thankful for all of that. We have the ability and the rights and the freedoms we have here because of those sacrifices. So thank you for that. And happy Memorial Day. But yeah, I got great weather, guys. So I don't know what's going on with you guys. It's 78 degrees outside, sunny. We haven't had any clouds for over a week. And that's my weather report. So things are good. I got the pool open today, and maybe after the show, if it goes well, win or lose, maybe I'll jump in for a dip or a victory lap of some kind.
Everybody's dialing
So
in. Welcome,
Fred.
welcome, Paul Cosco. Welcome, Danny. Welcome, Cole. Welcome, Mike. Chris, I'm not going to say welcome to you because apparently I'm supposed to blacklist you this week, so I'm not even sure what the deal with that is. So give me free stuff. That's fine. Welcome, Wade. Danny, everything will be medium well just for you today. Paul Cosco's in the house. We'll be able to catch some of the elderly watchers this week. That's good. Got that going for us.
So Fred, we had I missed this at the beginning. We had the National Anthem today, I believe, at the start.
We did, and the compliments of your mother who sent over on piano.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I also today, guys, before we get into anything, I've taken a note from both of your playbooks. I brought plenty of snacks with me today. I've got coconut shrimp,
smart man,
and I have prosciutto. And Brian inspired me. I'm also going to make a drink today at some point in time. But I got one thing I wanted to talk about real quick that I picked up this week. I picked up a pizza stone for my grill. So I got this pizza stone here. I cooked some pizzas. We posted a picture up on the Quarantine Grilling Facebook page. But this was really, really fun. It was an awesome piece and a nice addition to my outdoor kitchen. It was just fun to do pizzas outdoors. And what kind of inspired me was the flatbread that I cooked last week. I was like, you know what would have been great if I had a stone to put that flatbread on. So I went out and picked one of these up. So this is my new addition to my outdoor kitchen this week.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and make my quote-unquote cocktail, which is really easy because it's just lime juice and beer.
And lime juice and beer, nice.
Michelada, half a lime.
I remember we were talking before how you were saying this was a Mexican recipe, but you're using an American beer.
Blue Moon.
By the way,
I don't think I planned that well either because I'm drinking Foster's beer, which before all my Aussie friends jump on me and say it's not really Australian beer, I know that. But I also caught at the very side of here, made in the USA. So I kind of feel like I'm still holding on to the Memorial Day tradition a little bit.
Yeah. Brian's got, not to jump ahead a little, because I'm going to make a cocktail here too. Just a moment since we're starting early. You got Whataburger sauce in your kitchen this week?
Yeah, so I'm going to use that to make a sauce for the sausage and pepper burger.
Beautiful.
And unfortunately, I guess during these unique times, and we're all together, but they all bought the freaking Whataburger spicy ketchup. It was sold out, so I can only get the mustard and the mayonnaise.
So Brian, tell me about your Michelada. What's your recipe there?
All right, so it's ice, juice of half a lime, Blue Moon, or your favorite Mexican beer, and then a wedge of lime, and I'm going to put a little lime zest in it.
Nice.
And
So I've got going here. I'm going to make something a little more fruity for our lady viewers or people who enjoy a nice, tropical beverage. We're going to be doing a rosé wine spritzer with rhubarb infused tequila. So we're going to put a little ice.
Dear God, please
my
tell me you're
ice
not blending this. Please tell me you're not using the blender.
We will not be doing any blending today.
Oh, thank God.
No blending today. So we're going to get some ice in here. We're going to dump some of the rhubarb tequila. Rhubarb being a Maine item. Oh, this is perfect view here. I'm going to do a little lime too. Get a little lime juice in there. Got a couple raspberries for garnish that we're going to throw in top. We're going to open up the Barefoot Spritzer. This is the rosé spritzer with, I thought something was interesting on here. I've been kind of enjoying this stuff just because I've been embracing different things as weeks go by. But this Barefoot Spritzer is rosé wine-based spritzer, and it says aromas of pomegranate and chamomile. And on the ingredients, there's no chamomile or pomegranate in there.
Magic.
So we got a little of that, and we got a little seltzer water. Top it off. And give it a little stir. And we're in business.
cheers.
Cheers, gents.
Cheers.
For those viewing right now, I think we are actually cooking this week, right, Fred?
We are actually at some point when we're done with the quarantine bartending. Scott pointed out I'm not drinking. It's not really Australian beer. I'm well aware of that. That's why I pointed out the made in the USA. Nobody in Australia drinks Foster's beer, by the way. Danny wins by the drinking contest if we were having one, though. He's got Diplomatico, so he wins. I do want to talk. So snacks. I already made one of my snacks earlier. I had to because it was on there. But basically, I don't know if you can see this on the camera. So I went ahead and made smoked hard-boiled eggs. And so basically with a little bit of bacon on top. I haven't even tried one yet, to be honest with you. So pretty happy about it. Tracy's sitting here with the plate, so I'm assuming she's coming to steal some. Yeah, there she is. Okay, all right, there you go. Seriously, two? Man, what the heck? Anyway, so, and I had comments because I posted earlier. So believe it or not, you can actually smoke hard-boiled eggs on there. And I'm going to go just over to me for just a second here because I think I uploaded a picture of this. Let's see here with the eggs. So here we go. So there's a picture of the eggs actually on the grill, on the smoker. And it's not a lot of work, I can tell you right now. All you do is simply put them on the smoker. And they're there for about 2 hours. And once you're done with that, you're all set. You take them off and make your hard-boiled eggs. Someone tuned me in this about 2 weeks ago, I think, or no, it's probably last month, I guess now. I was really surprised to hear that you could smoke them on there, and so I went and looked it online. Some people do the hard-boiled eggs first, and they shell them and then put them on the smoker. Some people actually just put them right on the grill, the way I just did. And so Tracy and I did a test about a month ago, and I was really surprised how much smoke still got in the eggs. Now, not like a crazy amount, but just this essence of smoke. So what I did is I actually, last time I actually played with a little bit of chipotle type ingredients in the deviled egg mix when you do it with the yolks. This one I went more for bacon and cayenne pepper to offset the smoke, and a little bit more salt in the batter with the Duke's mayonnaise, some mustard, dry mustard, wet mustard, salt, pepper. I think that was it. So we're gonna try them, see how they are, but it's super easy to make.
So, Fred, I want to mention at the beginning here, before we start getting into what we're cooking and preparing, I do want people to know, we talked about our sponsor, Wood Butcher, throughout the week here when we started advertising for episode 9. We are doing a giveaway today. The more you comment, the more you're involved and interact with us in the comments section, the better chance you have of winning. But we're going to be giving away today, right at the end of the show. We'll announce it here on the show. We have the Tiger King Curly Maple, a.k.a. Tiger Maple. You can see all the flair on it. Wood Butcher board from Wood Butcher, Maine. About $150 value. We'll be giving that away today. So the more you comment, the better opportunity you have to win. We'll be announcing it on the show at the end of the show today. It'll be completely random. We have a randomizer program that we purchased that will be looking at the comments, and we'll randomize the comments. But yeah, the Tiger King. So Tiger King Wood Butcher block with the maple here. Thank you to Wood Butcher Maine, Aaron Smith, and Danielle Smith for donating this year. Also, the Wood Butcher of Maine is done for us today. Anyone who's viewing the show will be adding this link in shortly on the comments section. I'll be doing that before I start cooking. Wood Butcher today and tomorrow, all of the rest of today and all of tomorrow, we're putting a special quarantine grilling code up for us, which is excellent. It's a Q, the letter Q, grilling 15. And you plug that into woodbutchermaine.com on the website, and it will give you 15% off the entire website and your entire purchase. But we'll be putting that for them in our comment section here shortly. But thank you to Wood Butcher of Maine for that. And it's a beautiful piece. So somebody will be the lucky winner today.
Beautiful.
Okay, these eggs are good. These eggs are good.
So, Brian, when Fred eats and he neglects his meter-rater responsibilities, tell us what you're cooking today.
All right, I'm doing 2 different types of hamburgers.
By the way, just pause for a second. Fred's just having a great time with those eggs. He's smoking his cigar. He's just hanging out.
I mean, it's funny. You know, I don't know if that was supposed to get me or not. I don't feel the least bit guilty or whatever. I kind of like I have the day
you
off.
Shouldn't.
Like, you go, buddy.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Have a blast. Have a blast. You're a whole lot less stressed than I am. Anyway, Brian, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm making 2 different types of burgers today. I'm doing the Kevin Bacon Burger, which is 2 different types of onions with bacon infused in with the Wagyu ground beef. And then I'm also doing a sausage and peppers burger with ground spicy Italian sausage, bell peppers and onions, and a few other things. So I'm just getting everything ready to go. Uh-oh.
Hey, Brian, why don't you tell everybody about the bacon part of your ingredient that you had to replace about 2 minutes before we went live?
All right, so let me see if I can get her over here. I've got a German Shepherd, which some of you guys have seen. I've got 2 German Shepherds. One of them is Heidi, which is right here. I went right before we started. I had bacon laid out right here that I diced up that I'm cooking halfway right now. I went to lower the AC in my house, walked to my bedroom, adjusted the thermostat, came back, and the bacon was gone. And Heidi here jumped up, grabbed the bacon, took it outside, and ate it. So I had to get more bacon.
I just saw here one of the comments in relation to our Wood Butcher contest we're doing and the discount on the website. Wade had mentioned, he said he went on the website and there was no products available on there. There's a few boards on there right now to choose from. There's the cigar ashtrays, if you're the grill grate cleaners available on there as well, which I'm using here, as well as the wine caddies. So there's plenty of products available on there. We just put the link on the comment section. And I'm going to start cooking on my end, Fred. I'm doing today, we've got a barbecue chicken platter. I made a rhubarb. This is a rhubarb barbecue sauce. So we've got that here. I'm also breast fillets sliced up thin. Then we're going to do potato salad. I'm going to with fiddleheads, which is an item that we talked. Fiddlehead season. It's essentially a fern. It's the top of the fern before it uncurls. So we got the fiddleheads here. Doing a cast iron pan roasted potato salad with fiddleheads, sun-dried tomatoes, Kolzik's mustard from Canada, one of the best mustards in the planet. This is their market version, Kolzak's. And we'll be putting a garlic paste in there. Red Bliss potatoes. And then the highlight of my stuff this week will be my homemade bread and butter pickles. I made homemade bread and butter pickles this week, and we will be unveiling those here. So, barbecue chicken platter and homemade bread and butter pickles.
That's about as backyard barbecue as you can get. Steve, you're right. Allegedly, no one saw Heidi do it. That is absolutely true. Hey, Jonathan, you know this more than I do. So is this thing recording pre-going live on our feeds?
The eCam starts recording when the show goes live. So when you hit live, the show starts recording.
Heidi's off the hook. Heidi is off the hook. All right, so here's what I'm going to do, guys. Let me show you what I got going here real quick, because I actually have to go to the last stage of it now. And let me get out of the eggs, which I've already shown you. And so what I did is I actually took a pork belly, and I get about 12 pounds, and I cut off the skin and then do kind of a light dry rub on there. That's a mixture of garlic, brown sugar, very spicy, salt, pepper, a bunch of other stuff in there. And I can post what that rub here is in a little bit. And then throw it on the grill, fat side down. And I run that to about 165 to 170 degrees total, the temp of the pork. So I basically let that run. I do it at about 200 degrees. Between 200 and 225 is fine. I prefer 200 on this part of it. Let it go for about 3 hours, maybe 2.5, depending on how thick it is. Take it out of the grill at that point. Let it cool down just enough so you can cut it into cubes. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. Once you cut into cubes, you put it into some pans. And once they're in the pans, you basically cut it. Add some butter. I add brown sugar. I add honey. I have maple, a little bit of maple in there. Not too much else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them right now, and then you cover them and you put them back on the grill. So what I'm going to do now is pull one out so you can see it. And I have 2 pans, so I'm just going to do one right now, and then I'll turn it over to the other guys. But I'm going to get it here so you can see what it looks like right now. This went back in with just adding butter, and you can see that I had the cubes in here. So let me get the camera over here so you can see it. And so that's what it looks like in the pan right now. So that was basically, beautiful. Again, first stage, cut it out, put it into cubes, added butter, brown sugar, honey, and a little bit of maple, and get it to that stage. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain off the liquid. So, what you know about burn ends is basically you're trying to crisp it up. So right now we don't need the foil anymore. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and I'm going to drain off a bunch of the liquid and I'm going to put it back into there. If I can do this without knocking any of them out. And I want to get rid of most of the liquid. I'm going to leave a little bit in the bottom of the pan just so that they don't necessarily stick. So here, I'll take another shot so you can see what they look like right now. And so they're just there in the bottom of the pan. There's just a little bit of liquid in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put them back on the grill without the foil top, and I'm going to let them crisp up a little bit. And I'm going to turn up the temperature, and I'll do that while I have everybody else on camera. I'll do the other pan so everybody can see it, but that gives you an idea where we are. So what we're doing now is we're going to actually crisp it up a little bit and kind of and burn them. That's what makes them bacon burn ends. Now the other way to do it, just so everybody's aware of it, is to actually cube them first. So I tend to do strips and I cook them whole. You can actually cube them from the very beginning. And what you want is you want a wire rack and then another wire rack to do it, and then flip it over and do that as you're going through it. I think they do turn out a little more crispy that way, but it's also just a lot more work. So I just kind of cut some corners, particularly since it was storming out here. I didn't want to run out here every 5 minutes and have to worry about flipping them over. Plus also when you don't have to flip them over, you can keep the temperature going the same. So that's what I got going. I'm going to work on the other pan while you guys talk about whatever you want to talk about. Mike, I don't reuse the liquid thing, but I'm certainly looking for ideas because I always feel like I'm wasting it when I throw it away like that. Can I make candles out of it? Back to you guys.
All right.
So, Brian, I got my chicken on right now. I said chicken breast, chicken thighs. I'm going to let them take a lot of heat. I started my charcoal up about an hour ago, so it's not as hot as it traditionally is when we're cooking steak. It's probably at 500 degrees, where usually I'm going 700 to 800. So I got the chicken on there. I seasoned it with just a little bit of pepper, marinated it in lemon juice overnight. And so all the chicken's going to go with is chicken's going to sit here and grill. Then I'm going to toss it in my homemade rhubarb barbecue sauce. Now, my rhubarb barbecue sauce was created partially by my aunt Gloria. She created a recipe for the base sauce that I use for this. So she created a rhubarb-based sauce, and then I added to it ketchup, Worcestershire sauce. I put in some secret spices and herbs, of course. I did sweet Vidalia onion, and I added Worcestershire as well and brown sugar. So that's the base for my barbecue sauce here, but a rhubarb barbecue sauce, a little bit of sweetness to it, and just enough tart. So that's all that's going to happen with the chicken. And then the potatoes, I'll get into that when I go with the potatoes, but I'm starting to roast those potatoes right now. Just going to go in the cast iron with a little bit of olive oil. And then I'm going to roast the potatoes about 50 to 60%, and then I'm going to add the fiddleheads. They're not going to take as much heat. I'll then add the fiddleheads to that potato salad, the roasted potatoes, and we'll start putting the spice in there. So right now I just have olive oil in there. We'll put the potatoes in, and then we'll go garlic paste, shallots, a little bit of shallots will go in there. So garlic paste, shallots, and then we'll throw in some white black truffle sea salt on top of that, and a little bit of lemon juice.
So I've taken the foil off both of these. I think you can see it on the grill here. So anyway, they're both back on the grill. I put a smoker. I've turned the temperature back up to 400. I want to keep an eye on them though, easy, because the bottom of the pan can scorch them. So you got to be real careful. And we're gonna check on them, and oh, I guess we could eat an egg while we're waiting.
All right, so I have some half-cooked bacon. I'm softening up and caramelizing some diced onions. I'm about to soften up bell peppers and long, I don't know, is that julienne onions to go with the sausage and peppers. And the caramelized onions and the half-cooked bacon are going to be incorporated with the ground meat. And the sausage and peppers are going to go with the spicy Italian sausage. I'm about to move my laptop to a better camera position.
Over here, I'm also using my barbecue sauce to dip my coconut shrimp in. Nice little sweet, tangy dip for coconut shrimp. Another thing I do with shrimp that have been fried, I eat the tail. People think it's weird. I think it's delicious.
You eat the tail?
I love it. It's got a great texture to it. It's crunchy. Yeah, whenever I eat a fried shrimp, I've been known to even eat it with chilled shrimp cocktail. I eat the tail. I just like that crunchy texture.
I'm glad we found that out now.
This cocktail I got is excellent. I did a lot of prepping today because I was tired of getting told that I took the whole hour and 15 minutes of the show. I apologize that I don't stop cooking halfway through and eating. It is a grilling show, so I try to cook throughout it, but I did a lot of prep today, so I don't really have a whole lot to do here. I guess it's kind of like you, Fred, on your day off and just kind of sitting here relaxed.
Sure. Go with that. I don't understand how Brian's mic is. In fact, what I can hear on Brian's mic is everything he's touching and scraping, and how little I actually hear of him talking. He's got the weirdest microphone.
I can't hear him speak. I can hear him slice through the peppers.
Oh, yeah. You can hear the pans. You can hear everything else.
Then he speaks and there's nothing.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
So I'm throwing some shallots. I closed the top on my charcoal here. Heat up that chicken a little bit. I threw the shallots in first. Those that have been watching the show have probably noticed that I like to infuse that shallot taste into my olive oil, so it's always one of the first things that goes into the pan. Next, we'll throw the potatoes in. I also don't mind burning these shallots a little bit with the oil here. It's going in first because they're going to get treated with mayonnaise, mustard, all sorts of different flavors. So it's okay if those shallots get a little burnt, and that burnt taste is going to help cut through some of the fat that I introduced to it and the mustard taste. When I mean the fat I'm introducing, I'm talking about the mayonnaise. We're going to introduce the mayonnaise. are you guys smoking today? What kind of cigars are we smoking on?
I am smoking. Actually, last weekend I was invited. Jim Robinson, who owns Leaf by Oscar and has a whole line there. He was in St. Augustine, so he invited us, Tracy and my wife and I, up there, and we spent the weekend. And I was smoking his Nick and Jim cigar from the weekend, which I really enjoy. I really enjoy. It's a good full-bodied cigar, or fuller-bodied anyway. A lot of great flavor to it.
Did you continue your Sunday local brick and mortar buying?
Yep. This one's actually shifting over to coffee, but I can tell you who next week is, because basically, why not? Why not give them a plug this week and next week? It's Danny's actually. We've got some La Serena. I reached out to him last week, talked to him last week, and he has an order in the mail to me this week. So I didn't want to showcase that until I can actually be on the show smoking, which I will be next week. So, and then I'll put up the information in the email so everybody can call and order cigars there. I know you have a favorite from there, so I actually made sure that I had texted him, make sure I get that anniversary one.
I started my day today with the La Serena 10-year anniversary. Danny's oldest daughter, Ariel's birthday was yesterday, so I smoked that in her belated honor. And I've actually been enjoying, for the last few weeks, Cole's cigar ice cream. I actually have all of that cigar ice cream in the house, and every other day I start the day with I can't drink caffeine, but I have a decaf coffee, and I put a scoop of the cigar ice cream in it and have a cigar to start my day. So that's been really fun. So that's what I smoked this morning, and right now I'm smoking the Padron 1926 48 Maduro version, which is one of my favorite non-LFD cigars by far. So yeah, I've been smoking good today, and I've been drinking good with cigar-infused affogato coffee.
Nice. Do you want to mention Crown Heads while we're here talking about cigars, since they are one of the sponsors and all? I mean,
unfortunately, I'm inside. I should be smoking, but I'm not.
So talk about Crown Heads.
We just announced. Of course, we're taking distribution over for Ace Prime cigars, which are made at Tabacalera Pichardo, which make our Juarez. And we just announced this year's 2020 Mule Kick, 4 Kicks Mule Kick, which will have an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. So if you've smoked the 2019, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. I'm thinking of 4 Kicks Capa. The Mule Kick this year is a Nicaraguan. It's the first time the Mule Kick has been a Nicaraguan Puro. And we're hoping those come in and we get those out in July.
I look forward to that. Definitely look forward to that.
Yeah, 4 Kicks.
We're going real heavy garlic over here, Jen. Very heavy on the garlic today.
You can never have too much garlic.
No,
yeah. This is the second time I've made potato salad on the show, so I wanted to change this one up a little bit, changing up the mustard, adding the fiddleheads, adding a lot more garlic. So it's going to be a really different potato salad, but I'm going to make potato salad again, too, when we do our July 4th special. The reason I do that is I freaking love potato salad, so there you go.
There's no Brussels sprouts today?
No Brussels sprouts. I almost did some because I do have some in my refrigerator, but I was adding fiddleheads and I didn't want to have too much greenery.
Is this going to be the first week nobody does Brussels sprouts?
I think so. So I'm going to pull this off just to show everybody real quick. So we're still crisping these up a little bit. They're not quite done. It's really, really hot, but I want to show you the difference, because when we first took them out of the liquid, you can see they're just starting to crisp up. And this is a stage that I don't really rush too much, because I don't want to burn them, and I'm not so much worried about burning them as just kind of not getting them consistent. So it's just a patient. I actually thought it was getting a little too hot, the little sauce in the bottom. The other good reason to put that sauce in the bottom is to give you an indication how hot it is. And so it's bubbling pretty good. So I just opened up the grill a little bit just to turn it down a little bit. And I'm just going to stir them, close up the grill again, and just keep crisping them up a little bit. I don't like mine over crispy. It's a personal preference of what everybody wants to do. Some people like them crispier than not. I kind of like that middle ground, but Brian and I we pretty much stole that idea from Heim Barbecue in Fort Worth, Texas. And yes. I've been in love with them ever since.
Unbelievable.
Guys,
By the way,
I'm going to do something real fun today.
If you, real quick, as everybody knows, normally I pick a winner at the end of the show, and this has nothing to do with the raffle item. It usually goes to either Brian or Carney or the guest. I cannot do that, so we're going to leave that later into the group to decide who wins the show between the three of us cooking off who prepared the best food today at this show. So be prepared for that vote. There won't be any prizes for that particular portion, other than you'll be entered into the contest because you'll have to leave that via comment. And as I think, I don't know if it was Cole or somebody pointed out earlier, I kind of led with the gladiator in the background before we ever started cooking. So I'm not saying it's rigged, but I'm just saying that's a good start.
I'm going to do something fun today, guys. Something real fun. This was a question that we got asked early on and a few episodes back or a few episodes in. People asked if we ever cooked or if I ever cooked directly on the coals. The chicken I got in here is just kind of sitting off to the side cooking. On the grates, I've opened up the right-hand side of the grill, and I'm going to finish the chicken when I finish it directly on the coals. So we'll hit it with a little barbecue sauce, throw it on the coals, let it go, and then we'll toss in the barbecue sauce again. So we'll be cooking straight on charcoal today.
Wow.
All right, so 2 different onions in my Kevin Bacon burger. One are the caramelized onions. Second are French onions, crumbled up.
I just threw the lemon juice on top. The potatoes probably got another 5 minutes or so. So I'm going to put the fiddleheads on top of this in just a little bit.
What exactly is a fiddlehead?
Yeah, can we go back into fiddleheads again?
A fiddlehead is a wild growing fern. And what that fern does is during this time of the year when it starts to sprout, the fern curls into this little knot at the top.
Oh, I've seen those.
And then it will slowly open up as the leaves come out and the leaves will be here. It turns into a fern essentially. Now I don't know the exact genus and species of the fern. It's a fern. And at this time of the year, before they sprout open, they're edible. So it's kind of a seasonal delicacy up here. And you really got about a week and a half to 2 weeks to get them because once they come up and the sun, especially this time of year, as warm as it is, as soon as these things sprout, they're going to start. Like the ferns around my house, if you look in the background, you can kind of see some of the ferns. They were only in this state for a very short period of time, maybe 2 days, 3 days. So you've got like a 3-day window if it's really warm to actually pick these things and eat them. Because once they grow out, they're actually harmful to you. They can be harmful. They're not really good for your system. But in this state, they're excellent for you. So yeah, you can cook them tons of different ways.
I was waiting for that. You said, you got this window, and I'm waiting. And he's going to say, after this, they're poisonous. And now you didn't quite say poisonous. You're like, then they're harmful for you. Well, if you're not the ambassador for fiddleheads at this point, I don't know who is.
So yeah, you got a short window to enjoy these. So I've got the truffle salt on there. We've got the lemon juice in there. I put all of the garlic paste in. I'm also going to throw the sun-dried tomatoes in right now. I'm going to leave some aside for garnish on top, but I want to get those broken down a little bit. So we're going to put those sun-dried tomatoes in there, and now we're going to throw the fiddleheads in.
All right, so this is a hamburger patty that has the French onions, caramelized onions, and the 50% cooked bacon mixed in with Wagyu ground beef. So that's part of the Kevin Bacon burgers right there.
Didn't somebody ask earlier about, what is it? Is it 6 degrees of separation from bacon? Kevin Bacon, or is it? Yeah, so someone said there should only be 6 ingredients.
Well, and the thing is, this is actually a recipe from a fast food chain in Spain. They have like 100 restaurants, and this is their most popular seller. One, two.
So he's got a Mexican drink. He's making a Spanish burger. It's Memorial Day. Is there anything American going on there?
Hey, I'm a Marine. I can do that.
I know.
Oh, he's got a good point. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
I know he does, and that's the only. It's the trump card too. It's like the answer to any question.
Which brings us to our top five. Our top five. What was our top five today?
Top five armed forces branches.
That's right. There we
I
go.
hope Costo was still on.
So Carney
Me
has.
too.
So were these supposed to be in order?
Of course.
They are in order. They are in order.
I didn't know they were supposed to be. I didn't know they were supposed to be in order. But anyway, Carney has Marine, Navy, Army, Space Force, then Air Force. So McGee has Marine, Navy, Army, Coast Guard, then Chair Force. And I didn't know there was supposed to be. So I have Navy, Army, Air Force, Marines, National Guard. I personally, being Memorial Day and everything else, and how much I personally respect the people in the military, I think they're all equal. But hey, if that somehow affects your voting at the end of the show of who did better, then so be it. I'm just saying these guys obviously have preferences.
I mean, sometimes there's right answers, right? So, Fred, I assume they were going to be in order when you said them, so that's where they are. So, I mean, you're on a show with a Marine, and you put it number 4. That's all I'm saying.
We've never had that. The top 5's never been in order.
Look, Carney, just between you and me, Fred likes to make fun of me a lot when he's not in public. Ask Fred what the nickname he came up with for me that he thought people in the Marine Corps called me.
I don't think.
Yeah, Fred, I'd like to hear that.
No, this is completely out of context.
This is not a.
By the way,
context,
as soon as Wes joins, he'll be glad to say it. This is a story that went completely wrong. Completely wrong.
But Wes took it and ran with it and tried to make it stick like the vegan thing.
I know.
Well, here's the thing, Fred. Fred, you're on our side of the camera this week. It's us against you right now.
That's fine. Wes, hey, I bring it. Wes tried to keep it going. I never tried to keep it going. And by the way, my grandfather and my nephew were both in the Navy, so I'm going to stand by the order no matter what.
Hey, that's fine.
So I took Marines number 1 because of Brian and my grandfather. And I picked Navy second because of my cousin Peter. I picked Army third, just because. Space Force because it's new and I'd like to support a new branch of the military. It's just they need the support, all the support they can get. And then Air Force last, just because again, because Brian, I'm on a show with Marine. Air Force had to get picked last.
I hope Paul Costco is listening to this.
Right now, Mike.
Wait a minute. There he goes.
Costco are very upset.
Costco said Marines put crayons in their burgers. And now the trash talk starts.
All right.
All right, got to check these bacon burn ends. You got me talking. Oh, it's starting to look good. I'm going to let them go a little longer. You know what? I really need some people to come over and eat this because I have 10 pounds of bacon burn ends.
So this is the ultimate backyard barbecue, and only one of us is in the backyard right now.
Right.
I'm outside at least.
I mean, if we're lobbying for ourselves of winning the show today, the show was titled The Ultimate Backyard Barbecue, and I am in the backyard.
Oh my God. The guy gets one good day of weather up there of the 4 good days you have.
Just saying.
And, he hasn't mentioned Maine all day, so we can't play Carney Bingo because,
So I've got on the grill right now, not on the grill, on the coals. I got my chicken sitting on the coal right now. So that's going well. Get some char. The potatoes and fiddleheads we got here are going into a mixing bowl, and they're going to cool off for a bit. And we're going to mix that up right at the end. Be a warm potato salad and fiddleheads. Smell on it's great.
Hey, Danny, what do you think about we take the bacon burn ends recipe and see if we can talk Foofy into making it? Then it becomes on the saga menu. Oh, bacon burn ends appetizer, and then have a tomahawk. Oh.
That'd be delicious.
Danny says he's drinking every time burnt ends gets mentioned. Hey, wait a minute. We want to see that. I'm going to go to a big screen there so we can see this chicken on the grill. Someone just brought this up. Steve did. I'm going to go to just you, Carney, because I want to see these chickens on the coals. Oh, how does that even taste good? Doesn't it get all ashy?
It does get a little ashy. The reason I'm doing it with this chicken, one of the reasons I don't like doing it with steak is I don't put sauces on my steak, right? So the chicken, I can get away with this because I'm going to put a sauce on it. So I got a lot of char on it. And, any of the ash is going to go away and just kind of become part of the flavor of the sauce. So it'll just add some more barbecue flavors to it, a different smell, a different texture in your mouth. So yeah, I think anything you're going to add a sauce to is a great time to do this. So yeah, we just got them sitting on the coals here, hanging out.
What are your coals? Because I mean, that's gotta make a huge difference.
So this is Royal. I'll bring it up here from my pallet.
Pallet of coals that he bought recently.
This is Royal Oak, 100% all natural hardwood lump charcoal. It's my favorite in the world. The lumps kind of look like this before you put them in. So like I said, I had the charcoal on for a bit. So the flavor, they said it would naturally be ashy. That's why sometimes I see people do it with steaks and different dishes. Something I'm putting some sauce on. It's going to really bring some great flavors to this chicken dish.
I have never done that. I've never cooked straight on coals, I don't think.
And by the way,
not intentionally.
Yeah, this is what freedom's all about. This is what America's about. This is the flavor of America right here.
That's right. You can burn your food if you want to. Let's see. We had another one we did. We picked, because it was Memorial Day. Let me bring up this top 5 again. And I think I put it here. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. We picked our top generals. So we picked our top generals. Thankfully, everybody stuck to U.S. generals. I thought that was very nice. Carney picked Michael Flynn because I think you're just trying to be controversial. I mean, whatever. Good call there.
My favorite general. I will answer at the end.
And then McGee took Mad Dog Mattis, who was actually almost my choice. I almost was right there with you. I love that guy. I think he was an awesome general because he's what I want personally in a general. Is I want somebody that doesn't want to fight, but if he is going to fight, he's going to be prepared. Which is kind of
that when you talk to him, he's smiling and being very courteous, but he's very aware of how quickly he can kill everybody in a room.
Yeah,
and he is that. In the Marine Corps. The one thing that's consistent, especially when you're in boot camp, is what's called the knife hand. When you get the knife hand, something has gone definitely wrong. And Mad Dog had the best knife hands in the Marine Corps.
Interesting. Okay. I went with Douglas MacArthur. I actually kind of stuck along the same vein. MacArthur for me was somebody that was very much a planner. Probably had one of the lowest, and I'm totally probably not saying this exactly right, per capita fatality rates, but he had when he went to battle, he was so well planned that, fatalities and stuff were a lot lower than I want to say normal. And that's probably not the way to say it at all, but he was very, very good at that, particularly his amphibious attacks and that kind of thing. A lot of guys in the chat room mentioning Patton, certainly another really, really good choice.
So my answer,
Wade had Ike. Ike is somebody that everybody forgets. Wade, that's a good call. Ike is a really good call.
Yeah.
So I did pick Michael Flynn to be controversial. My favorite general of all time is Brian's as well, Mad Dog Mattis, for 2 different reasons. One, he gets asked, "What keeps you up at night?" His response, "Nothing. I keep other people up at night." Yeah. His second response was when he was being confirmed as Secretary of Defense. I thought it was the best political answer, but honest at the same time. The Senate asked him what he felt about people who were gay being in the military. And his response immediately, without thought, was, it's not my concern of who my troops go to bed with at the end of the night, because it's my concern to create and execute the most lethal fighting force in the world. I thought that was amazing. Yeah. So James Mad Dog Mattis, number one. I think Michael Flynn was probably a good general, but I did pick him to be controversial.
So I'm going to go here real quick. I just pulled the bacon burn ends off. The other pan, the smaller pan, I'm leaving on for a little bit. It's not as crisp up as this one. And that's because typically on a smoker, particularly on a pellet grill smoker, you'll have one side a little hotter, but that's the bacon burn ends. And Kurt, you're welcome to get on a plane and come over. I saw your message. But you can see how, if you look real close, see how they kind of crisped up in different parts of them. And these things are like butter. They are so good. The one cool thing I'll say about bacon burn ends too, by the way, if you have to bring something to a party, they have a limited window as far as how long you can hold them, but you can throw them into a crock pot. It's not expensive. You can buy pork belly for about $3.50 a pound. And then the only thing I'd say to recommend is basically have them take off the skin. You can do it yourself, but it's just kind of a pain. So I usually just tell my butcher, I tell Billy to just go ahead and take off the bacon burn ends. And by the way, tomorrow what I'll use this for, and maybe I'll post a picture, is I'll take these bacon burnt ends and I'll chop them smaller, and I'll make a bacon burnt end hash out of it. Add some potatoes, some onions, and then do some poached eggs over it, and it makes a really, really good breakfast. And obviously at 10 pounds of bacon burnt ends, I'm going to have more than I know what to do with, so I'm going to have to kind of figure out some new things to do with them for sure.
So the chicken's come off. I have it off the side, sitting in the barbecue sauce, and I'm getting ready to plate here in just a bit. The pickles are already done. I'm going to add the celery in to my potato fiddlehead salad. I'm going to add the rest of the shallots in. Those are raw. I'm going to add the mayonnaise. I'm going to add the Kolzix mustard. I always put half my mustard in first because you can always add more. You can never take it out.
All right, I'm making a little sauce for the sausage and peppers. Mayonnaise, basil, roasted garlic, and avocado oil mixed up.
This is the sausage burger you're putting together right now, Brian?
This is the Wagyu 50-50 onion Wagyu bacon. This is the Italian sausage right here.
Delicious. Take a little taste test.
With some provolone.
McGee, Steve wants to know how many towels are washed at your house in any given week.
I do a different one every week now. Now that's falling apart.
All right, I'm gonna have to try one now. Oh, sorry, these are horrible. These are horrible. They didn't turn out at all. I wish you guys were here for these. Oh, these are, I don't really see that.
No.
We have freeloaders.
By the way, Fred, if you weren't predisposed right now and occupied, that sizzle in the background of Brian's grill.
Here, can you take this in?
Would be the perfect sound effect for our sizzle cam.
Wait, I have a sizzle cam. Hold on. Wait, I have an audio file. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah, we can't hear your audio files on this side of the show. I'm sure it was great.
You can't, but the people that matter can. Now, in good grill maintenance, I'm going to use my Wood Butcher block, which I just started using that. I'm just starting, it was the first day I've used it. A little bit of grooves here to clean the grill, and I was amazed how good this thing really works.
I was a little skeptical at first too, and now it's after using it one time, I've used it religiously.
Well, I've got a brush. I've got one of those wire brushes that are circular that don't actually, like the wires don't come out of it at all. Matter of fact, where is it? Oh, here it is. And I used the cedar thing once, so I've been using this. I don't know if you can see it very well, but and I got to say that cedar plank thing works better than that brush does by far.
Just keep in mind, we're getting close to picking a winner here in the next 15 minutes. Once we're done with the food items here, we'll be picking a winner live of the Tiger King Tiger Maple board. Thank you again to Wood Butcher. I'm plating right now. I'm way ahead of schedule. I'm taking it easy. The potato salad's done. It's taken Brian an hour to make 2 cheeseburgers.
So you can see on these burnt ends, like if I pick one up, they're hot, but you can see there's a little give to them. See how, like, when you can squeeze them and just, they're horrible. You shouldn't eat these.
When I was picking snacks, Fred, for the show today, I knew you were going to be eating burnt ends throughout the show. And I tried to find anything that would be remotely close, so I picked the prosciutto. And I got the coconut shrimp, which have nothing to do with it. I'm still really jealous, so it didn't help me one bit picking what I picked.
They are, like I said, and I'll post the recipe for them on the Quarantine Grill tomorrow. But they're really easy to make, guys. They really are, and just really, really good flavor. I just wish there was somebody here to share them with.
So I'm garnishing right now. I just garnished the top of my chicken with a little parsley, cilantro blend, sun-dried tomatoes, and a paprika, pepper, and salt blend that I made. It already has sea salt and truffle salt on it, the potato salad, and I'm going to put the pickles. We're going to open these pickles up. I'm going to eat one, and then I'm going to put it on there, and I'm going to be done. The pickles were super easy, too. White wine vinegar, cider vinegar, sugar, brown sugar, onions, sun-dried tomatoes, cucumbers, salt, turmeric, celery seed, and that's it. Oh, sorry, and mustard seeds. And these pickles, I made them 48 hours ago. So you don't need to sit on them for weeks, years, months, or whatever it is for the pickles. So this was a one-day pickle recipe. It's incredible. I'll be posting the ingredients. We'll be posting all of our ingredients online on the Quarantine Grilling site tonight. I'm just going to strain this out a little bit so I can get some pickles and plate it.
Did I just top my hamburger with diced bacon?
Yeah, why not?
I just did.
I mean, if the dog didn't get any of it.
So, topping the Kevin Bacon burger.
Before we forget, Red Meat Lovers, one of our sponsors of the show. We've talked about him before. If you haven't seen episode 3 or 4, whatever it was that they were on, definitely go back. Really cool guys, really cool stuff they're doing as far as how much they donate to charity, everything else. Definitely worth checking them out. Also, someone asked me where I picked them up here locally. I go to Billy's Meats out in Groveland. He's always able to hook me up. I don't think it's anything. If you can find somebody that has the pork belly, I don't think that has to be a specialized, butcher or anything like that. It's just hard to find. It's hard to find somebody that keeps it in stock. And I know we're getting close to voting on the show, so I just, there's this gap between the deviled eggs and the burnt ends. So what we did is we went ahead and just knocked out a, it is kind of the summer, so went ahead and just knocked out a peach crisp there, and we actually added a little bit of blueberries to it. So just something, just something to snack on after, come off the thing there. And we've got some vanilla bean ice cream to go with it. So we're just going to spoon that on there right there. In case there's something just that we need to kind of go a little over the edge on, just to kind of put us over the top on this week. Just something a little snack on, little snack afterwards.
And the ultimate backyard barbecue chicken platter is complete. We've got the homemade bread and butter pickles here. We've got your rhubarb barbecue chicken, barbecued and grilled directly on the coals. And we have the Fiddlehead potato salad with Cold-Six mustard, mayonnaise, sun-dried tomatoes. Delicious. I'm going to start taking some bites of food here.
Fred,
I already got a picture for the gram. Just for the record, I did beat Brian. I am
Fred,
done.
this is for you.
I am eating.
Fred, this is for you.
Oh, you're doing an egg. Yeah. Nice. Well played. Well played. Let's get a close-up on that, Brian. Can you hold that up by the camera?
Yeah.
That does look good.
So we got the Italian sausage. I'm sorry, Kevin bacon burger, caramelized onions and bacon in with the Wagyu meat, topped with the crispy bacon, fried egg, and crispy onions. And then the spicy Italian sausage, provolone, sausage and peppers and onions with a mayonnaise, garlic, avocado oil, basil dressing.
Wow, that looks really good. That looks really, really good. Okay, this is really good if you throw just a little bit of blueberries in the peach crisp. I'm curious. So you're either a peach cobbler guy or a peach crisp guy. I'm assuming you like peaches. I'm more of a crisp. I actually like the oatmeal. I like the crispiness of it offsetting on there. I don't know if everybody are you guys more of a cobbler or a crisp when you start talking about things like that?
I'm in heaven over here right now. Sorry, Fred. I'm not going to be able to answer for a second. Brian, you're going to have to go ahead.
I'm more of a crisp guy than a cobbler.
I like both. I prefer the crisps, but I almost equally like both.
Wade says 5 guys can't touch you, Brian. That's kind of awkward, but okay.
All right, let's.
Oh wow. All right, before we get to the random winner, because we are just after 6 o'clock, cast your vote for either myself, Brian McGee, or Carney, who wins this week's backyard barbecue. Keep in mind that it was backyard, and keep in mind that just pick whoever you want, because we're all winners anyway.
But since this is a competition and you are voting, keep in mind I'm the one running the random competition.
Yeah, but that's okay. These people can't be bought. Okay, so bacon burn ends. Cobbler. A lot of people are in crisp. Cobbler. All right, so here come the votes on here. So voting, so Fred hands down. Carney, but I did a great job. But we all did. Oh, so vote for me, vote for Carney. Fred hands down. Carney's family's weighing in heavily for Carney. Scott gave me bacon burn ends. Thank you, Scott. Fred had 3 courses. Yes, I did, Steve. Send me some of that blueberry stuff. I can do that. Fred wins. I think I got it, guys. I think it's over. But it was a good run.
All right.
It's tough to argue with bacon. It's really tough to argue with bacon.
It is. I was actually gonna argue when they said, Fred made 3 courses and yet but he didn't actually make a meal. Like I made a meal that you could sit down and eat. But then I was like, I don't want to talk bad about bacon burn ends.
Okay, wait a minute.
You just can't talk bad about it.
I had smoked hard-boiled egg, deviled eggs. I had bacon burnt ends, and I had crisps. That's a meal.
You made appetizers and a dessert. You skipped the main course.
Okay, how many times have you been at an event and the appetizers, or you're eating all the appetizers and you don't even care about the dinner anymore?
I care about everything when I sit down at the dinner table.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
But I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote for you today too, because the bacon bird ends.
Yeah.
And but just so you know, the next time you cook and you put something with bacon, that can't be the reason you win. You're winning this one time because of bacon.
Hey, I'm winning because it's a kick-ass dish. That's why I'm winning. But I understand how bacon can give you a little bit of a lift. Danny says it's a meal, but then Danny and I can live off chicharrones for during a 14-hour poker game in DR. So we're simple people.
Yeah, Danny ate lamb chops for breakfast. That guy's got a discerning palate.
I'm not seeing the problem here.
He can live off anything. By the way, on my dish over here, the sauce came out really good. I'm really happy with the barbecue sauce. It's a little thinner than what I usually eat, like what you usually get at the bottle, which is great. So I'm really enjoying that side of it. I am also, this is solidifying to me, even though it was already I was already there anyway, how much more I prefer chicken thighs over chicken breast, which I think was one of our Would You Rather a few weeks back.
Oh, yeah, so much more
I
flavor.
had one bite of the chicken breast. Oh, my God. I had one bite of the chicken breast. It's good, but I'm sitting here eating the thighs. They're just amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of flavor. Brian, are you still cooking?
Yeah, I'm just kind of finishing up the other stuff.
Was Carney actually done cooking first this week?
I've been done for 10 minutes.
I tell you, these sausages and peppers are freaking amazing.
They better be. It's taking an hour and 10 minutes to cook them.
And the Kevin Bacon burgers made my rotation.
So, Brian, question on the Kevin Bacon burger. This is something we've talked about a lot. You might have mentioned this on the show, but where were you inspired to make this? Where did this become one of your signature dishes?
I follow a lot of guys on YouTube, and there's a guy called Sam the Cooking Guy, and he did this, and it was just sounded delicious, so I tried it, and it turned out really, really well.
The true question is, do you follow Quarantine Grilling on YouTube?
Of course I do.
We're on YouTube?
Yeah.
What's that?
Whew.
All right. Cheers to Fred.
Cheers. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these, but I'll do it my best shot. I'm just going to keep saying bacon burn ends, so Danny has to keep drinking.
Are we done with the voting?
We're done. Oh, yeah, I won this week. But I don't know. How are you doing the randomizer? How do we know who this week's winner is for the board?
I know who the winner is, and I've already randomized it. And we do have a winner. I just don't know if you guys are ready to announce it yet.
We're ready. We're 3
But
minutes.
it has been randomized. Drum roll. The winner of the random Tiger King, Tiger Maple, Wood Butcher Maine, Wood Block is. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Ready, Brian McGee?
Was it me?
I'm going to go back and have a piece of chicken here real quick. Since nobody voted, since I didn't win this here, I mean, all focus on me. I might as well take my time here. If you all had picked me to win, I would have announced the winner a little bit sooner. But, hey, is what it is.
Sore loser.
Right.
We actually do have a winner. The winner is Renee Yaffe.
You are kidding?
Nope.
Congratulations.
Renee Yaffe. Dedication. dedicated quarantine grilling viewer.
Yes.
And she's a vegetarian.
Yes.
So, Renee Yaffe, congratulations. You have the, fittingly, I know you're a Tiger King fan. You're going to be winning the Tiger King Tiger Maple Wood Butcher Maine Butcher Block. We will get your address. I already have it, so don't worry about it. We will be sending this out to you on behalf of the Wood Butcher, so congratulations. We did have a record-breaking number of comments this week. There was 370 comments. So thank you for everyone that did comment. We have already spoken to Wood Butcher, and they will be doing some more contests in the future. So keep on those for those. We'll be doing some more contests with that, some other giveaways, and get some of our other sponsors involved in that as well. So thank you for that. And also, as I said, I did put in the comment section, woodbutchermaine.com. It's the Q Grilling 15% off discount that's live from today to tomorrow evening at midnight. It will end on Wednesday morning at 12:01. But Q Grilling 15 is available on there from woodbutchermaine.com. Thank you for Wood Butcher for that. And Renee, congratulations on your victory. And we'll have that wood block in the next 10 days.
Are we going to pass on the fact that Carney just said, don't worry about your address, I already have it? Just the creepiness of that?
I thought that was a little odd. I was going to let it go, but I'm glad you pointed it out.
I didn't want it to seem odd, but I also didn't want anybody to feel. Renee Yaffe, in full disclosure, happens to be the wife of one of my closest friends that I've known for like 17 years. It was entirely random. To let you know, second place was Susan Moore Tobacco from Massachusetts, and our friend Paul Costo was third place.
Oh,
and there's some cool statistics here. Winner by interactions. 1 out of 8 who liked the post. So my father had one of the posts that had the 1 of 8 people that liked the specific post on this. There's some other statistics here. Renee, we had 22 unique comments, so there's 22 people that commented. And we had, I said Renee, Susan Moore Tobacco, and Paul Costo third place. Fourth place was my father, Mike Carney. He was not eligible to win. Fifth place was Tracy Z. And in sixth place was also my father. He finished sixth. So winner Renee, Susan second, Paul Costo third.
I don't even think it's nice saying who the runner-ups are. I think you should
send
them something. Send them like one of those coasters or something,
Costo's about to go to bed and start crying.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, well, it is late for him.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts before we sign off?
Hope everybody had a great extended weekend.
When I think Memorial Day, when I think cookouts to kick off the summer, I think barbecue chicken, potato salad, pickles, burn ends, cobblers, crisps, burgers, fries, hot dogs, lobsters, everything that was cooked on the show today. Deviled eggs, one of my favorite dishes. I think if we put all these things together, I think besides, I think garages, I also think kitchens, and I also think backyard. So you put everything we did today together, we definitely put together the ultimate backyard Memorial Day barbecue. So I think we achieved a goal together. And if I got to pick the winners, I think we were all winners today as a team. I think the QG team came together and got it done.
Absolutely. Well, thanks everybody. Appreciate you being on the show. Brian, any last words?
No, just everybody be safe and look forward to doing it again next week.
Yep. Thanks everybody. Are you guys doing the Zoom thing afterwards? If you want to meet with those guys, are you doing that?
I got family stuff going on. I think today being a holiday, we all sit back and relax. And but yeah, no Zoom lounge today. We will have one again next week. But we'll see you next Monday.
Yep. I've got 9.5 pounds of burn ends to start working on until midnight. Get those meat sweats going. Thanks everybody. Appreciate you. Look forward to seeing you next week. If you're liking the show, share it with others. If you're not liking the show, don't tell anybody about it. So thank you everybody. Bye.